won't work. So I'm going to have to mute you out anyway. So, good morning, everyone. This is the Diamond Factory where we get started Monday through Friday with like minded individuals to get our day off to a positive start. We want to come together just a few minutes in the morning so we can go about our day with something great on our mind. I mean, that call yesterday was totally electrifying. Melissa just lit it up because of what our future looks like. I've experienced that future. I've been on a journey like that before. I've been in a company where getting ready to go into momentum and taking it to the next level with a lot of great people looking and wanting to do the same thing. So it's a very exciting time. And when you're excited, you look at your business more seriously. And also right now, the brand new me in 2023, I am on my 4th day of my cleanse. Anybody out there on the cleanse working towards that brand new me in 2023? See, I have a new respect for this because I am very intentional this time. If you know my story, I got started last October on my first 21-day cleanse, and I did a 21-day perfect cleanse. Did not get off track 1 second, 1 day, 1 hour, and I was really intentional and persistent. I knew that doing it with my partner Lewis, I knew if I messed up, I was going to cause him to mess up. And so I had that mission that I'm going to stay on course for him as well as me. And I think he had the same mindset. And together we completed that 21 days. And I am here to share with you the other cleanses I did last year, and I did a few. I did a successful 7-day, but I never completed another 21-day flawlessly. But this time, this year, this cleanse, I am being intentional in everything I do. I make sure I have a meal prep. I make sure when I leave home, I have the proper things that I need to stay on track. I don't get hungry without having what I need in my bag to stay on track. And so whenever you're setting out to do anything, you must stay intentional. And guess what? I pray. I ask the Lord, Father, I am trying to take my temple to a higher level, and I need your help. But needing his help means I need to be prepared. I need to get up and make sure before I go out. So it might be a little extra something going on, but I need to make sure that I have my juice, that I have my water, that I have my fruit, my nuts, my salad. And if I'm going to be gone a long time in that day, I might start off with my first juice and then have my second one with me, along with everything I'm going to need in that day. So that means I have to plan that out. I have to make sure I've gone to the grocery store. I have to make sure I have everything I need. I just need to be intentional. And being intentional about anything that you are doing or being persistent makes all the difference in the world. And so I'm excited about this 21-day cleanse because I have some high goals. I'm not playing small, you guys. I've been telling you all, don't play small, but I'm taking personal notice. I'm taking personal vision into those words. I am going to make that happen in my life. And because I make that happen in my life, when I am talking to people about my business, about the detox, our flat belly lifestyle, our brand new me in 2023, about all the phenomenal products, they see it. They see it because I am actually living what I am talking about. And so people are are more attuned. I'm confident about what I'm talking about. Why am I confident? Because I see the results. Why do I see the results? Because I've been intentional about doing what I'm supposed to do to get the results. I've been on that same thing on the business. I called to action maybe 2 weeks ago now about being intentional about using that training that Javaris did for us, where you're talking to people, inviting to people, showing people about your business. I've been very intentional about that because I asked you guys to do it. So if I ask you all to do it, I better be doing it myself so it shows up. I'm not going to ask you to do anything without doing it myself. And so being intentional about calling people, about letting them know the vision that will kind of soon to be a kind of is painting, the opportunity, the health benefits of being a part of, spending time with people, painting that vision, putting them on the cause, following up with them. And if they're saying no right now after all those exposures, putting them on the Facebook group pages. I had a leader call me this weekend and told me he had 3 different events going on. That means he was not participating. He didn't have to participate in any of them. He had 3 leaders working with him, developing them, being there, training them. And now what happens? The fruits of his labor show up. And so that's being intentional about doing what you need to do. So he was in a place and the 3 leaders were having events, home parties, vending events that, guess what? By them doing what they do, everybody benefits, guys. Being intentional and consistent about your business is going to get you wherever you need to go. There's a lot of training going on, some expert, absolutely phenomenal training, but don't use all of your time up in training. You must execute. I told you I was going to burn all the things I didn't want in my life in 2023 in a burning bowl ceremony. I did that. I was intentional about putting everything I did not want into my life in 2023 on that paper and then having that paper burned up. But and all the things that I wanted, I wrote that note to God and told him everything that I wanted to see in my life in 2023. And after hearing the words, after knowing that we are already set, he's already provided everything we need. But what's left? What's left is for me to go execute. It's for you to go execute. See, I can get trained. I can hear the word, but I can store the word in my heart, in my heart, in my brain. But if I never execute, that's all it is. It's just hearing something, feeling good about, hey, and I'm really telling you some stuff that I've related to. I used to read stuff that had the answer to what I needed. And I felt so good. I got the answer. I got the answer. But until you execute, just having the answer means you just are more knowledgeable, but you are not absolutely executing. So, yes, there is work to be done on each and every one of our parts. You know, we can't just know the word. We can't just write down what we want in our life. We have to now know that we have the ability to do it, but we got to go execute. So I'll listen to trainings, but I'll listen so much and then I'll say, now let me go execute. Am I perfect every time I start out executing something new? Heck no. I am embarrassed of myself. I can fumble. I can, not get it right. But guess what? I'm going to execute because repetition means permanent. Doesn't mean perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, but it means permanent. So the more and more you do something, guys, the more permanent it becomes. And if it becomes permanent to you, you can share it with the people that come on board. Now, these launch parties in your homes, guys, I'm encouraging you. Don't miss that. Because when I met Melissa, I had been in that business like probably 6 months. But I was very clear when I joined the business that I met Melissa in, that the person I joined, I was only joining the business to use the product. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to use the product. I didn't want to build a business. I didn't want to sell the product. I was already busy. I was doing 140 single family homes. We were building a whole community. 100. We took that land from farmland to put the electricity in, put the plumbing in, put the roads in, put the street lights in, built the project. That's what I was doing, along with some other projects that I was doing in Bronzeville, actually, rehabbing and new construction. So I was very busy and very stressed when in that job, in that business. And so when the opportunity came, it wasn't about the opportunity. I just wanted to use the product. And so I got a couple of other of my friends, and just by telling them, and they said, "Oh, I want that too," and they joined. And then they did the same thing. Told a couple of people, and they got involved. But they got involved to do the business. And so they were going to meetings, they were meeting people, and then they had the big team was coming. Melissa was coming, Larissa was coming. All of them were coming to do a big event in Chicago. And they said, "You all are the reason." The group of people, it was only two sisters. They said that you all are the reason we joined this business. And the least you could do is come to the event to support us. And so we all felt bad. It was myself and two of my girlfriends that had just got in to use the product. And one of them had sponsored these two sisters that were doing the business. So we go to the event. We feel bad. We want to support them. You know, they put it like, if you want to support us. So we went to the event. And that's when I met Melissa. And they were doing a Super Saturday. And she was talking about her experience the day before. As you all have heard this hundreds of times, she had fired her boss, had gone in. They had picked her up in a limousine after she fired her boss, and they had partied. And then they flew to Chicago. They were doing this event, and I heard her story. And then they explained everything about the company. And I was like, wow, this is exciting. I could do this. You know, and I could, and because my business financially was doing well, but I was stressed the heck out, for the use of a better word. Okay, I'm not gonna say what I was really stressed out, but I was stressed out. And here somebody was standing in front of me, guys, talking about a business that I could do from anywhere in the world with a phone and a computer and make unlimited income and just have the life that I really wanted. And so then the formula was have house parties, have home parties. And so I always take things to the next level. I was like, okay, if I can have one home party a week, what would happen if I had a party every day? Now, a party every day while I'm building 140 unit new construction and all different projects all over. But guess what? I ended each day at 5 o'clock. I left work. I went to my home. I prepared my home for a home party. I invited everybody. Everybody. People were like, aren't you scared about? I wasn't thinking about being scared about inviting strangers to my home. I really wasn't. All I knew is that this is the way they said that you could be successful in this business. And so that's what I did. They said, well, my girlfriends, the two that we were in together, they said, girl, how you going to do this? You don't know how to do this. And I said, I'm going to stand in front of the room. I'm going to say what they said to say. And I'm going to offer the business to people. And that's what I did. Was I perfect? No. I had heard Melissa one day. The next day we went to a home party that they did because you want to take care of that whole event. Melissa didn't even stay for that. She flew back out and Larice was there. So after I understood the comp plan, I'm like, oh, let me go on and hit a certain rank where you could really maximize your business. And so that next day, I had one person in the business and the two girls that she had brought in. So you needed 6 to be a certain rank. guess what? I arranged to have 3 more people that I knew would come into that business at that party. And I hit my first rank. And that's what, guess what? I got my first $1,000 bonus. See, when I saw that this was real, you couldn't stop me. That's why I had a party every single day during the week. I don't think we had parties. Oh, and by that time, no, I didn't have parties on the weekend. For me, that made more sense. For you, a lot of people don't have the work schedule and can't do it. So what works for you? But for me, I had a party every day of the week, and I did have parties on Sunday. Because I remember now running home from church, doing my parties on Sunday. And so when people tell me they're too busy, when people tell me they don't know what to do, I guess you understand now, if I've never told you the story, why I say, why? You can do it. You know, you got to believe it. And so, and when I say hurry up and help that new person make some money, because you couldn't tell me nothing. I wasn't going anywhere, because that first week when I decided to go to work, I made money. So that means this is a proven formula. This works. Let me go get busy. Let me continue to do this. And I went out and absolutely talked to everybody. If I was in a grocery store, talk to the girl cashier. If they were behind the meat counter at the fish department, talk to the man back there. I talked to everybody. Plus, I got out my book and I talked to everybody I knew, every supplier that I purchased from, everybody that I wrote a check out to. Or paid with my credit card. I talked to everybody and invited them to what we had. We didn't even have what we have now. We didn't have the videos to work with. We didn't have something that they could see right then. I talked to them and got them out, either at a live event or in my home. And so, guys, it's time. Don't miss it. Don't overthink it. Don't talk about being too busy. If you're not happy with your situation, and for me, I was not happy with the stress that I had to deal with on a daily basis, with the long hours that I had to do. I just cut my hours off at 5 o'clock, and I said, whatever I hadn't had finished at 5 o'clock, the rest of my employees would cover it or whatever. But I saw another way. And guess what? The first month, we were in, what was that? The first month, maybe not. Yeah, in February. So that was in December. January, we got busy. And in February, for Valentine's Day, Melissa, myself, and Larice were doing presentations in villas with bikinis on. How great is that? I was living the dream that I wanted to, because this business you can do anywhere in the world, guys, anywhere in the world. And that was a good story. Remember in Sales Academy training is the create your own story. Well, creating your own story is important, because you're painting the vision for the next person that you're sharing. And I didn't have to tell anybody else's story. I could tell my own story, because I got excited. I got excited about what I'm doing. And right now, rolling on up to 2023, I saw 4 new people yesterday, 1 existing person in my business. And I painted the story of what we have with Wakana, soon to be Akana. And they got excited. They said, oh my goodness. So 1 resulted in an appointment tomorrow. And this is a major trainer here in Chicago that has tons of clients, doing a promo right now for his own brand new me in 2023, seeing how they can incorporate it. But if you don't open your mouth, if you don't go outside your comfort zone, if you just stay and keep on training and never execute, if you just don't get ready to do your business and say, make some goals and say where you want to be, it won't happen. And so with that being said, I'm already 4 minutes over my time, but I'm saying don't play small. Don't play small at all. And we're working on something to help those launch parties, those home parties be even easier for you. But don't wait on what's coming. Do it now. Ernestine Davis did it now. You know, Fontaine Doss does it now. Gerald West is doing it now, guys. You don't have to wait on nothing. You got all the tools you need. But with that being said, go out and have a what kind of day. I love each and every one of you, and I want nothing but the best and all of your potential to be used. Push, push, says the midwife. Bye now.